Hi, students. Welcome to this video model. In this video model, we are going to discuss various methods used for data analysis in the organizations. So, if you just look at the previous models on job analysis, it is all about to understand the nature, the concept, and the components of job analysis. And then we also understood how to keep the data, job analysis data in hierarchical order. So these are the things that we discussed. So, but here, so in this model, so we will understand the job analysis, the methods. So how to collect data, right? How to collect data or how to gather data from various the jobs so that we can analyze each and every job, right? So with this, the learning objective of this model is we are going to learn and understand from this model is various methods that are used for job analysis, right? If you look at the methods like observation method, interview method, interview also there are two types, individual level and group level, and we use questionnaire for that, and then we just look at the diaries, work diaries, to understand the job duties and responsibilities, and technical the conferences, and the critical incident the techniques. So these are the methods generally used in the organizations to analyze the job. Okay, so if you see observation method, so analysts observe, incubate directly, and videotapes, and you can see that while analyzing observations, and then analyst is looking at various activities on the spot, right? It is useful when job is fairly routine, and then workers may not perform to expectations. So these are all certain things. We just look at the job and observe how the jobber is performing the job, and what is happening in that job, and then how the person is doing. And we look at all these and analyze, collect the data from the job, right? So then the another the method is the interview method. So in interview method, you can see that two things like individual, several workers are interviewed individually to collect the data about what is your job, and how you are doing, and so what are the duties and responsibilities. Like we ask the questions and then collect the data. So the answers are consolidated into a single job analysis, right? We just develop the data flank, and then we just keep the entire data, and then develop the data for each and every job. So the groups and since employees are interviewed simultaneously, the groups conflict may cause this method to be identified. So you will find that group wise also we just look at employees who are actually interviewed simultaneously in a similar category and similar kind of the family job families. We just look at those the employees, and then commonly we interview them and then collect the data about the job. Sometimes we use the questionnaire, and the questionnaire is something like employees answer the questions about the job tasks and their responsibilities. So each question is answered using a scale that rates the importance of the each task. So like that, we just identify each job and each job activities in the organization, right? So further, if you just look at the questionnaire, the position analysis questionnaires are there, PAQ. So the position analyzing analysis questionnaire is a structured behavioral questionnaire. So there are 194 items in 6 categories, right? There are 194. It's a standardized the questionnaire generally used in the companies, like information input, the mental process and work output, relationships, job context, and other characteristics. So these are the six categories consist of 194 items, questions. So we just use all these and then collect the data extensively in a comprehensive manner, and then prepare that. So the diary method is the employees record information into the diaries of their daily tasks at their the job, and we just look at the records, the time it takes to complete the task. So must be over a period of the several the weeks or months. We just try to find out what is this job all about and what is the contribution and how the job is existing in between a hierarchy, who is the reporting and who is the subordinates. And then we just all these we just find out from the diary method. So we just collect the information from the diaries of the employees. So if you just look at the another important dimension here, the critical incident, the technique. This is another technique that we use in the organization to collect the data about the job, and it takes the past incidents of the good and bad behavior, organizes incidents into categories that might match the job they are related to, involving the four steps. So those four steps we'll discuss in the next slide. If you just look at these, the four steps like CIT steps, so these four are the brainstorm and then create a list of dimensions of the job behavior and the list examples of effective and then ineffective behavior for each dimension and form a group consensus on whether each incident is appropriately categorized. And the last one is rate each incident according to its value to the company. So like that, this critical incidents, the technique that we use to identify in a situations how the job is the performing in the company and what is its contribution and the value of that job for the company. So based on that, we just calculate and then find out the data. And this data is useful in several ways that especially to find out or to recognize its value and then worth for the company, right? So this is also useful for the next level whenever we are going for the manpower planning or even recruitment. So then whenever you are going for recruitment, you must understand that all these the data related information, keeping in mind this data, we are going to select the candidates, right? The right candidates for the right job. So with that, let me stop here and then looking forward to meet you in the video 32.